Hi,
Hello. Hi. Good evening, sir.
good evening, Saraswati. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing great, sir. Thank you for asking. How about you? How has you been so far?
So I have been good. I have been doing good all this time. But uh, after a long time, I'm getting an opportunity again to speak to you and practice some English.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So are you continuing to take your morning classes as well, Saraswati?
Yes. Even I booked two of your sessions and you canceled one session. You canceled, and the another second one I canceled by mistake.
It was cancelled by
Yeah.
mistake, huh?
Yeah. Second one is canceled by mistake, and first one I think you canceled.
Yes, one I cancelled. In fact, even today I had to cancel two sessions. Somehow I was
Hmm.
in some other work, and I got a call that you need to be for some calls.
Okay.
So I am taking two. 9 o'clock I took, and now 10 o'clock I am taking. So
Okay.
9:30 to 10 I cancelled, and 10:30 to 11 I cancelled. So it's
Mm-hmm.
kind of I am kind of seesawing between two professions.
Mm.
Okay, I am seesawing
Yeah.
between two professions.
Two
Have you heard
professions.
of that? Have you heard of that?
Yes, yes.
Okay, when you go to a kids park, there is one amusement unit wherein a wooden plank is balanced in the middle, and at this
Yes,
end
yes.
one kids will sit, and this end another kid will sit,
Yeah, I
and they
know.
will
Yes.
keep going like this.
Yeah.
Okay,
That is
that's
seesaw.
known
Yeah.
as a seesaw.
Seesaw. Yeah.
Fine. So I
Yeah.
am seesawing between two professions.
Means you are trying to balance between two
Yes.
professions. Yeah.
I am seesawing between two professions, and in fact, you are also seesawing between multiple roles, isn't it? English, and in fact, I'm just two.
Yes.
You're multiple. YouTube, taking care of the daughter, and taking care of the house, and also English. And at the same time, you had a profession also of working as a freelancer before, and you work for a company as
Yeah.
well. So,
Yes.
well,
Yeah.
women are always multi-talented. They can, in fact, many people say multitasking is not a good idea, but
Mm.
somehow I always see that women are good at multitasking, whatever the research says,
Mm.
irrespective of what the research says. Okay,
Yes.
so are you good at that, at multitasking in your life?
Yes, I am good at because I think women like me, if we are not multi-talented, so we will not get an opportunity to do other things of our choice.
Yes, correct,
Yeah.
correct. Which
And
two
before
roles?
this session, I completed all the household, all the kitchen work, and
Ah,
just to take the attend this session. Yes.
no,
And I told my
Saraswati.
daughter to set everything well,
Ah,
arrange the table so that I can sit on proper time.
okay. Oh, your daughter also helps you
Yes.
out to just set up your system so that you just can come in and log
Yes.
in.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I wanted to ask you this question because you are a housewife. You work from home also, and you do some freelancing again from home. And you told just before taking this session, I finished my kitchen works and everything. But
Yeah.
when I look at the hair, the way you have made your hair, the way you have presented yourself, it looks
Yes.
like
Yes.
you have been in an official meeting and taking calls from morning and have hardly been into kitchen the whole day. Okay, so you are
Hmm.
pretty much well presented, well dressed for the appropriate occasion, and that is
Yeah.
wonderful to know. So in spite of doing all the works,
Yeah.
I've seen some
Thank
people
you.
it's not possible, but you do it.
Yeah.
how
Yes.
that how does that happen? I mean, do you just take some time to make yourself presentable and then come and sit in front of
No,
computer?
because I take very less time
Huh.
to get ready. Even on
I can't. I
occasions
don't believe
when
that. I don't
festival,
believe that for any lady. I don't believe that for any
no, in
lady
my
that
case,
they.
this is yes. Even I get ready before my husband. He takes more
Okay.
time than me. Yeah.
Okay, great. Now, my question was, of all the roles that you do, you told women need to have multi-talent and they also need to be good at multitasking. Of
Hmm.
all the roles that you play at home, which are the top two difficult tasks to manage for you? Which are the ones where, which is most challenging for you in terms of managing and doing?
Like, for example,
Tell me all the roles that you play in your home as a
mhm,
homemaker and whatever you are as a person. What all do you do? As I told, YouTube, you manage the house, you take care of your daughter, education, and then attending classes.
yeah.
Of all these roles, which are the two most top difficult things for you to always challenging? Which are the two top roles? Being a homemaker, or being a YouTuber, or being probably taking care of your daughter's education and her needs? What are the most two difficult roles of all the
I
ones that you play?
think,
Hmm.
I think this time, taking care of my daughter's education,
Hmm.
I find a little bit challenging. Along with that, household chores
Hmm.
is more challenging than running YouTube channel, attending classes, learning English
Hmm.
language,
Hmm.
because household chores are never ending.
Hmm. Yes.
Yes. So it's always challenging for us, and we should always ready. Means we are always ready for every work at any time. Like maybe it is morning, afternoon, or evening time.
Hmm.
Means we are always ready to perform our duty well.
Hmm. Yes.
Yes.
Why do you say that your daughter's education is the most challenging aspect at this point in time? Do you
Because
sit with her?
earlier I was teaching, and now she is in seventh grade,
Hmm.
and sometimes I find little bit difficulties when I teach maths or science,
Hmm.
and even like she listen to me, but I think when I scold her at the time of teaching, so she get like upset, and that means make me upset after looking her face. So I
Yes.
find these days it's very challenging. So because of that, now I took admission in a classes for her. I
You
took her
have taken.
admission. No, no,
Huh.
I get um I get admitted of my daughter in a classes.
No. Try again.
No, I I get admitted.
I got. Start
I
with that.
got admitted.
I got her. Start with that.
I got her admitted in a classes.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
I
I
got
got
her admitted
in a
in some
classes.
classes. Yes. In
Yes,
some class. Maybe you're talking about tuitions.
yes, yes.
I got her admitted. So
Yeah.
now you got one way. I got her admitted.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yes,
Is there any other way of telling that? I got her admitted. Okay.
yes. Another way we can say
Ah,
I take admission of my daughter
ah.
in a class.
I admitted. I admitted.
I, I admitted
I
her
admitted.
in a
Then
class.
yes, absolutely.
I admitted her in a class.
Yes, I admitted her in some
Hmm.
kind of a personal guided tuition. Okay, I
Yes.
admitted her or I got her admitted into.
Into. Okay.
Okay, I got her admitted into, or I admitted her.
Mhm. Yeah.
Two versions.
Sometimes I find difficulties when I make these types of sentences.
Yes,
Little bit.
absolutely. That
Sometimes
is
I
the
can
reason.
make it easily, but sometimes
Huh.
I make wrong sentence, I think.
No, I definitely. That's why I asked you two options. Tell me one more option
Yes.
of telling the same
Yeah.
sentence. So
Yes. Yes.
again, there you felt that there was some challenge because
Yeah.
again you were not very clear with what to tell. So
Yes.
now let us try. Let us try with one more situation. I'm going to give you where we
Okay.
will try to make something these kind of situations. Okay.
Yeah.
Now your husband is a little bit out of shape. Now you are wanting him to get into some exercises or join
Mm-hmm.
some gym or yoga or something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now this is the situation. Now
Yeah.
copy the same sentence format and tell what will you do? What will you do to get
Mm.
your husband back to shape?
I got admitted to my husband in a gym.
नहीं
Into
गलत
a
है गलत
gym.
है I will
I
get
got.
my husband admitted
I will get. Okay. I will get admitted to my husband in a gym. Into a
I
gym.
will get my husband admitted
I will get my husband admitted. Okay.
into a gym.
Into a gym. Yeah.
यहाँ पे पहले सिचुएशन में आपने बोला आई गॉट माई
Mm-hmm.
डॉटर एडमिटेड इनटू अ
Yes.
ट्यूशन
Yes.
वो
Yeah.
पास्ट हो गया जो आपने कर
Mm-hmm.
दिया है
Yes. Yes.
लेकिन
Yeah.
मैं बात कर रहा हूं सेम सिचुएशन फ्यूचर का
Mm, yeah.
ठीक है आई गॉट माई डॉटर एडमिटेड आई विल गेट माई हस्बैंड एडमिटेड
Yeah.
ठीक है आई विल गेट माई हस्बैंड एडमिटेड और एक और वर्ड है एडमिटेड के एडमिटेड थोड़ा पुराना वर्ड है
Yeah.
सिंस यू आर vocabulary enthusiast
Mm-hmm.
give me another better word than admitted
Admit.
admitted से थोड़ा अच्छा वर्ड admitted
Join.
बहुत जॉइंट भी ओके चलता है लेकिन थोड़ा एडवांस्ड ई से शुरू होता है
Join.
ई से शुरू होता है
Enrolled.
एब्सोल्युटली
Enrolled.
एब्सोल्युटली
Yeah.
ठीक है अब दोनों
I
सिचुएशन में
will get enrolled
आई विल
my
गेट माई
husband into
हस्बैंड
a
आई विल गेट माई
enrolled.
हस्बैंड
I will get my husband enrolled into the gym.
यस द नहीं
Yeah.
अर्ज
A gym. Okay.
यस
Mm-hmm.
अ और द में फर्क क्या है बता सकते हैं कब अ यूज करते हैं अ जिम क्यों ठीक है द जिम क्यों ठीक नहीं है
Because we are going in that gym for the first time, so we are not
यस
familiar with. And after
यस
that, when we again familiar with, so we will use the.
वेरी गुड एब्सोल्युटली वंडरफुल करेक्ट आंसर अ जिम
Yeah.
विल गेट हिम आई गेट हिम एडमिटेड और आई गेट हिम एनरोल्ड इन अ
Yeah.
जिम
Yes.
ओके यस अब एनरोल्ड आपने ये सेकंड सिचुएशन के लिए बताया go to the first situation your daughters you used admitted
Yeah.
please repeat
Yeah.
both formats of sentences using the word enrolled
Okay. I got my daughter enrolled into the classes. I
yes
got my husband enrolled into the gym.
into the gym
Into a
एक
gym.
एक और फॉर्म इनटू अ जिम सॉरी इनटू अ जिम
Into a
यस
gym.
ठीक है आपने जब आपने अपने बेटी के बारे में बोला आई गॉट हर एनरोल्ड इनटू दूसरा
Uh-huh.
सेंटेंस था आई एडमिटेड हर इनटू ट्यूशन
Yeah.
classes that
Yeah.
sentence you repeat using enrolled
Yeah. I enrolled my daughter into the classes. I
yes
enrolled my husband into a gym.
यस एब्सोल्युटली दिस इज
Yeah.
करेक्ट ठीक है
Yeah.
ये एज एन व्हेन वी हमारा you know what, Saraswati, what is happening is the way
Yes.
whenever I talk to you, I come without a preparation. So my
Mm-hmm.
basic idea when I talk to you is, okay, fine, let me give as many new words as possible, because you very enthusiastically write it down, you prepare it,
Mm-hmm.
and when you come and speak here, you
Yeah.
on your own you bring some wonderful vocabulary to the table.
Yeah.
Okay, you bring a lot of good vocabulary to the table during discussion, and
Yeah.
that is always at the back of my mind when I talk to you. Okay, let me
Mm-hmm.
give more words. लेकिन जब मैं ऐसे ऑन द स्पॉट जो गलतियां देखता हूँ, तो then I forget vocabulary and I go
Yes.
deeper into that particular
Yes. Yes.
aspect of grammar. So
Yeah.
good that you kind of got to know the difference. I
Yes.
enrolled, I admitted, I will
Yes.
get my husband, I got my daughter admitted.
Yeah.
Okay, ठीक है. Now, now that you have got your gotten your daughter enrolled into a tuition, do you
Yeah.
find some kind of a free time? Because now you don't have to, though there is tension, there is stress, there is anxiety,
Yeah.
considering that she is studying and you're tensed about her education. But does
Mm.
that free some of your time? Do you have some time for yourself now
Yes.
that she's going to tuitions?
Yes.
Making improvements in your life? Everybody says journal, 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 journal. At least
Mm.
you're writing something that gives you a
Yes.
uh, lot of advantage, lot of edge in
Mm.
terms of learning English.
Yes.
Okay. Uh, do you have a helping hand in your household chores?
No, nowadays I do everything with myself. Earlier I had, but now I do everything by myself only.
हाँ, पहली बार गलत बोला with myself, but second time
By
you
myself.
corrected it by
By
myself.
myself. Yes.
Uh,
Alleviate.
Alleviate. Yeah, correct, correct, correct.
Alleviate.
Last time when you told elevate or something, you had told
No,
like
no,
that.
alleviate.
Isn't it?
Alleviate.
Last time, uh,
Yes.
alleviate. Yes, alleviate.
Nowadays I
That's
am
the
very
correct word.
conscious
Alleviate.
for pronunciation. Yeah.
Hmm. Yes, that that is a great way of improving yourself, and it shows in your ability to get the required vocabulary whenever it is needed. So
Yeah.
great going, Saraswati. Just keep
Yeah.
practicing. Now, you told uh, uh, you told taking care of your daughter's education was the topmost challenge.
Yes.
Uh, but whenever I see my wife, I used to see my mother, I used to see my grandmother.
Mm.
It was always like kitchen work, housework, 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 and that's it.
Mm.
They spend a lot of time. But now my wife is kind of she thinks spending too much time in the kitchen is a waste of time for a woman.
Mm.
She can
Yes.
as well put a lot of time learning something, doing something which she likes rather
Yes.
than cooking.
Yeah.
So what she does is she is always in search of new gadgets to
Mm.
add to the kitchen, add into the kitchen, and she kind of over the period of time she has reduced her dependency on manual labor in kitchen.
Mm.
Okay, there is no much manual labor. Most of the machines have taken over small things.
Yes.
Okay. Now, are you a great proponent of using gadgets, or do you belong to the old school thought of doing everything by hand?
I think using new gadgets is really very helpful for
Hmm.
for homemaker, because when we
Hmm.
use these types of gadgets, so uh, we can complete our task very soon, and that time we
Hmm.
can use for ourselves. As I but I what I use for kitchen are all the household chores, like washing machine I use, vacuum cleaner for
Hmm.
cleaning my home, and and apart from that I use juicer. Along I also use what we say mixer. Oven
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
used
mixie,
earlier.
the
Oven I
blender,
used, sorry.
uh, blender, isn't it? We generally in India we say mixie or
Hmm.
mixer, but
Blender.
a little bit better English, blender.
Blender. Yes, yes. Blender.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So if you say mixie,
Mm.
in in native speakers, I have never heard the word mixie. They
Oh,
always
yeah.
say blender.
Blender. Okay.
Okay.
Mm,
Yes.
yes.
So switch to blender.
Okay. Yes, yes. Blender. Yeah.
Yeah.
So these the
The
gadgets I
most
use.
time.
Along
Please
with that,
continue.
for mopping, I don't use
Hmm.
like earlier means traditional way of mopping the floor. I use
Hmm.
the nowadays different types of gadgets came. I use that mopping
Yes.
machine
Yes.
came, so I use that. It is easy for
Yes.
me, and within 5 or 10 minutes, I complete all the mopping work so fast. Yeah.
What is the idea behind not having a maid, Saraswati? Is it a thought over decision? Is it a decision that you intentionally took of not having? Because major problem that I see why people don't have maid is because they are not regular, they
Mm.
don't meet your expectations,
Yes.
and they trouble you a lot in terms of not doing work properly.
Yes.
You know,
Yes. Yes.
messy work.
Uh,
So,
uh,
what
uh,
is your reason? Was it a conscious decision?
I think after my marriage, there was mad at home, and in COVID time only, she left by herself.
Hmm,
That and again, and when I
hmm,
started doing household chores, and that
hmm,
time I also quit my job. So I thought that it would
hmm,
be easy for me, and because some days
hmm,
she skipped, she didn't come. So, and most of the things I do myself only. I did myself only that time
hmm,
too. I only for mopping
hmm,
and washing the dishes. And
hmm,
for me in kitchen, I think in one time I don't want to keep all the dishes for washing. That looks not good for me because I want my kitchen totally neat and clean. I thought that
hmm.
only for one time I can do that myself only. No need to hire a maid nowadays.
So the problem is you are a little bit of a cleanliness freak and
Yeah.
kind of a perfectionist. So I think a maid will
Yes.
not meet your expectations, and best way is let me do myself because
Yes.
others can't do what I expect out of them. Great,
Yes.
wonderful.
Yes.
There are two sentences that I have put on your message. So
I
read
don't
the
have
first is
a.
seesaw, second one.
I have a vacuum. I don't have a maid. I have a
Great.
vacuum cleaner.
Sick.
I use
Okay.
vacuum cleaner.
No, I have a vacuum cleaner is correct.
Okay.
I don't have a maid. Read that sentence again.
I I don't have a maid. I
Great. Fine. Why I put that sentence is when you pronounced that in your sentence, the maid pronunciation came out extremely wrongly. So I just wanted to test if you're having a issue with pronouncing that.
okay.
But you
Yes.
definitely seem to have an issue with the second sentence. Please repeat the second sentence again.
I have a vacuum cleaner.
Yes, that's the way it is pronounced.
Mhm.
And so I think we have come to an end of this session, Saraswati. But
Yeah.
again, as always, great conversation. Always a pleasure to speak to you. But from this session, three takeaways for you. Vacuum cleaner, definitely. That's a pronunciation.
Vacuum cleaner.
The new
Yeah.
word, the new word is
Blender.
seesaw.
Seesaw,
Blender.
blender,
Okay.
blender.
Yes. Just as a parting note, can you make a sentence using seesaw? Would you make a sentence using seesaw for
Yeah.
me?
As I am a homemaker, along with that, I also do freelancer work. So I want a seesaw